Hey y'all, I made it. Oh my God. Y'all. Y'all. I don't know what happened. I was laying down and I swore I set my alarm and I did not. And I woke up like literally about 12 minutes ago. So I have thrown on some stuff and come on here. I thought I set my alarm, but I guess I set it for 10 a.m. and or what is it? I set it for like 8:30 a.m. instead of 8:30 p.m. So yeah, that was me. I'm stupid. Sorry. But I'm glad y'all are here. Yeah, I get it. All of our time is precious, and you don't need to wait for the OraCola to get her shit together. But here we are. I'm gonna check my messages. Oh my goodness. No, y'all, I'm here, y'all. I'm here. Everybody's texting me. I love it. I love y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh my God. Yeah, it was a race. It was a race. I have slapped on a little bit of makeup. It's not a full face. It's just like woo, whatever I could get on, and then like run around the house like a chicken with my head cut off, trying to find all my stuff. Everything. And I did it. I fucking did it. And apologists drink water, so that's a good sign. Yeah. Anyway, I guess I needed that nap. I try to take my OraCola naps on Wednesdays earlier in the day so I don't have this happen, but I wasn't tired until I got tired. You know how it gets. And then I got a little bit tired and I was like, I'm just going to sleep for just a minute. And I swore I set my alarm, but I did not. Oh my God. What a shock. What a surprise. But it is what it is. Hey, y'all. Welcome to the OraCola. Marcy Cola coming out live from Austin, Texas here on April 15th, 2026. It is tax day here in the USA. Hey, the day where we all get to pay our taxes and decide that, you know what, we're still sticking it around, even though the government's robbing us and making our lives hell. We're still going to pay their taxes because if we don't, we know probably they're going to give us hell. It's the worst stick. It's the worst stick. There's no carrot. It's just stick here in the US of A. So yeah, today's tax day. I had to pay my taxes. I did my taxes last weekend. I can't remember. Recently, because I just knew I was going to have to pay because I had to pay the last couple years because I've had shit jobs that just didn't take out enough. But this year, for the first time in a couple of years, I actually got a refund. Not very much, just a little bit. But I got a little bit coming back at me. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how long that takes. Because, the government's not good about paying their bills. Anyway, welcome to the show, y'all. Sorry. We got FU, we got PNG. Hey, PNG. Hey, FU. Hey, Goog. Hey, we got the whole family here. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Y'all had a whole conversation before I even showed up. Look at y'all. Y'all are so sweet. I love it that the family is just willing to chill for a minute while the OraCola gets her shit sorted together. So that makes me happy. Anyway, I did get a lotto ticket, but I didn't. Oh, it's right here. Oh my God. Yay, I put it in the basket. So, okay. Before we get started, we got to do the ritual. So, first thing we got to do is burn the sacred wood. And if you got your own ritual, now's the time to get it done. I don't care what you do, as long as you do something. All right. Burn the sacred wood. I was sleeping real good, though. That's a good thing. I was having a real nice, nap sleep. Sometimes you get that nap sleep and it's a little fitful. And you're like, mm. And I'm not usually a good napper, but this was a good nap. I actually feel refreshed, which is kind of cool because otherwise I'd be real stressed. Next up, we got to ring the bell. Ring the bell. Ring the bell. All right, just make sure all the negative energy is flushed out of here. What the smoke didn't chase away, the bell would. And then we got our Prospera spray. So hopefully that lotto ticket will pay off. I still need to cash in them other lotto tickets. So it'd be good to give it some company. And then finally, we got our Florida water. Just to anoint all them chakras, make sure they're nice and spinning. Make sure all the vortices are nice and spinning. Just like tornadoes in tornado season. And just your heart circuit, however it's doing. Supposedly, this whole thing, the way our 4-chamber heart works, is it creates some kind of like vortex of quantum physics that I don't understand, but apparently that's why we're alive. This is new information to me. Take it with 5 or 6 grains of salt. It could be false. There could be false prophets about talking about it, but I've been listening and thinking, you know what? It might make sense. Okay, here we go. I'm going to scroll back down. Okay, yeah. Y'all are still here. Thank you for sticking it out with me. I will stay a little bit later tonight because I was late. But, shit happens. Sometimes you fall asleep and you don't set the alarm for the PM time. You set it for the AM time. And I know that people in other countries don't have this problem because they use the 24-hour clock. We ain't like that here in the U.S. There's an extra layer of thinking that has to go involved to the whole thing. So, I'm not saying we're special. I'm just saying we're different. Anyway, who's got a question for the universe? Y'all know how this works. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Y'all are so cute. I love it. I love it. Okay, well, hopefully your passport comes in and all that stuff's going to work out. Otherwise, well, you got the government to blame. I'm sorry. I just have to think about the government for a minute because it is tax day, and I am unhappy with the government pretty much generally my whole life. I've never been pleased with the government, like actually 100% pleased. And if I think about that, it's a shame because it seems like that's a state that all people are in all the time, that the man is always trying to make us be in. The state of not being pleased with your government. Why do we have to live like that? Why? Don't matter what country you're in. Don't matter what religion you are. It don't matter what color your skin is. Nobody's happy with their fucking government unless they're in the government and they're making money off being in the government. The only people happy with the government are the people in the government. It's kind of a racket. I don't like it. I don't like the lie I've been told that if I vote, it makes a difference. It don't make no fucking difference. Everything I've ever voted for, pretty much, is not on the table. The only thing that's on the table is the man's agenda. It's been this way my whole fucking life. And I tell younger people I work with, I know, they're still hopeful. They still believe. They still believe the prophecy. They still believe the propaganda because they're still fresh out of the school. Guess what? The scales have been lifted from my eyes. I have no faith in no government, nowhere, no how. None. I don't even know if that shit that happened with Artemis 2 was real. I was like, as I was watching it, oh yeah, they're coming down. It looks like a UFO. I don't know if any of that shit's real. I don't know. All I know is supposedly billions and billions and billions and billions of money that I pay into is going toward things that I don't agree with and I don't give a shit about. And this is the way the government goes. This is the way the government goes. Oh, P&G has a question. A reading for the week. Yes, of course. I will do a reading for you. Hopefully your week's going better than mine. Mine's not bad, honestly. I am getting a little bit of a refund from what I overpaid on my taxes this year, apparently. So that's not the worst thing. Oh, Digital Diviner. Okay, so Dick Wood has entered the chat. What do we got? A reading for the week. All right, well, Dick is a simple man, and he only has simple answers. So, will the week be a delightful one for P&G? Why not? Sure. Why not? Here's the answer. It's all about your perception of the week. You can choose to believe that it's great. You can choose to believe it sucks. It depends on your perspective. So choose the higher path, vibrate higher, choose the better perspective. Because no matter what happens, even if it's the worst thing that ever happened to you, there's probably a silver lining to it. I'm just saying. Like, I've had a lot of bad shit happen to me in my life, but ultimately, I can look back and go, you know what? That part of it wasn't the worst. That part of it taught me a lesson. That part of it showed me who my real friends are. That part of it that gave me strength to carry on. You know, there's a little bit of hope even in the darkest dark. So even if this week is totally shit, and I believe it could be because what we got like 7 planets in Aries for a few days. There's a whole pileup of planets in Aries. Or probably it's a different sign if you do the sidereal. But for Western people, Western astrology people, Aries is a car wreck of shit right now. Everything's conjunct to everything else, and it's all like not aspecting the other stuff very well. Uranus just moved into Taurus. Into Gemini, right? Yeah, I think so. I think it's moved out of Taurus into Gemini. So all the Geminis I know, and there's a ton, are getting a new fresh whoop ass from Uranus, as they should. So yeah, it's a whole thing out there. It is a sensitive time of the year. So yes, let's be grateful for any little bit of good we get. How about that? How about that? Okay. Let's see. Did we get another question? Oh yeah. If you're a looky-loo and you're just watching the show and you're not like one of the 2 or 3 people that actually watch the show, if you want to ask a question of the OraCola, you got to get into the chat, put it in all caps, so I can hopefully cross my fingers, see it. Otherwise, it's probably not happening. Okay. FU has a question. Hey, FU, was it Uncle Frank that poisoned the family well, or was it Cousin Jamie? Oh my God. Well, this seems like some family business. I don't know if I should get involved. It seems toxic. Okay. Oh, a crystal. Well, we're going to get a very subtle answer. You're going to have to make some connections here, because it's not going to be no yes and no like the dick would. All right. Maybe there's a mineral in the well that you can find that will give you some clarity on this. But yeah, it's hard to say. With family, it's hard to say. Because, there's a lot of hearsay with families. There's a lot of, I heard them plotting, or I knew they was always on your case. But you don't know for sure unless you actually saw the person put the stuff in the well. In which case, you better shut up about it or they'll come after you. I'm just saying. It's usually the best to keep your mouth shut when it comes to family. Friends, sure, throw them under the bus all day long, all day, every day. Friends come and go. But your family, unfortunately, sticks with you. And their drama becomes your drama if you let it. So, yeah. Here we go. Okay, what we got here? Moonstone, live your purpose. Okay, so here's the thing. Do you really want to dig this shit up? Do you really want to, find out the answer? Do you really want to know? This is what you got to ask yourself. Do you really want to know the answer? Because if the answer is what you don't want to hear, how are you going to handle it? Right? So, look, find your purpose with this, whatever question you're answering. Find the reason why you need to know. And if the reason is just because you're curious, maybe drop it. Maybe fucking drop it. If the reason has something to do with your mental health and you need to find the answer in order to heal, well, maybe you need to dig further. But ultimately, your purpose in this question is going to be, is it going to make you happy to find out the answer? Is it going to be something that you need to know? And that's what you got to decide. So figure it out. And if you do decide to go down this path, no, there may be some bumps and bumps and other disturbances. However, in the end, it might work out. With families, I find that it never works out. It just is. It is what it is. There's no helpfulness to the family answer. There's just, okay, that shit happened. That person is not very good. This person is awful. I'm related to them. Yay. Okay, I got to see them at this event. I got to give them a hug. You don't have to talk to them every day, though. You don't have to, be in their business. You don't have to care very much about them. You can hopefully distance yourself unless you live with them, in which case I suggest you probably try to move out. Might be a good idea. Because they're a murderer. I'm just saying. Okay. Woo. You are the tip of the spear. Well, I hope so. Good luck with that. All right, y'all. Oh my God, I just spilled on myself. I'm a mess tonight. Literally. I'm just impressed I got up that late and managed to put anything on at all. I was thinking for half a second. There it is. I know I had some Kleenex here. I was thinking for half a second when I woke up and was in, still a shock about how late it was. I was like, should I go on without no makeup? And then I remembered that time I did that quick one when I was sick a few weeks ago. And I was like, no, God, no. Even though the makeup makes your lines look worse, do not go on without no makeup. Do not. Put something on your face. Put something on. And I did. And I'm proud of myself. It only took a few extra minutes than I thought it would. And y'all are still here, so yay. My goodness. Well, if you have to lead, then hope it goes well. Yeah, of course. P&G, that's a great idea. If you got to lead, if you got to finally find yourself at the head of the pack, if you're the one person that everybody's looking up to finally in your life, well, don't shit the bed. Don't shit the bed. Just saying. The spotlight's on you. Everybody's going to see if the pants get brown in the end. Just saying. All right, well, let's see. We talk about the week. Yeah, we got some spring thunderstorms coming up. So if you're living in the plains in the United States or in Canada, you might have some gnarly weather coming your way at any given moment. And if you don't got a storm cellar, well, just do your best. Because ultimately, it's up to God whether or not you get sucked up in that tornado. And you never know when that tornado's coming. Even if you've got the best alert system on your phone, you could not know that tornado's coming until the last possible minute, and it will be impossible for you to get out to anywhere safe. So yeah, you just got to pray to God and hope. What else? Oh yeah, there's still a war in Iran. We're supposedly blocking the Strait of Hormuz, but only if it's for show and not really if certain things are going through. Yeah, I'm just over the whole Middle East thing. This whole thing in the Middle East has been going on my whole life. Literally my whole life. There's been some shit in the Middle East. And I'm tired of it. I want a different movie. Universe, please. The alien invasion could not come fast enough at this point. We've been teasing the disclosure forever. We're still dicking around in the Middle East for whatever reason. People are tired of this plot line. I'm ready for the aliens. Come on. Bring on the aliens. What else? What else going on? Yeah, we paid our taxes today. Talk about that. I ain't seen no movies in probably over a year. I cannot tell you the last time I saw a movie. I cannot tell you the last time I wanted to go see a movie. I have zero interest in the movies. I have zero interest in the TV shows, or they're not even TV anymore. They're just series of entertainments that you can purchase on various platforms. It's not even the same thing as it was. Like, I have zero interest in all of it. Zero. I have interest in surviving my day job at my fast food restaurant, which is always difficult and takes up a lot of my energy. And I also have interest in my friends and my family that I know that I'm close to. I hope they're doing well. And I have interest in my dog, of course, Apollo. He's still kicking around. He's still doing good. You know, the vet sent me an email saying he's due for some bullshit. I'm like, God damn it. God damn it. They just sent me a bill for his pills for hundreds of dollars, hundreds, literally hundreds of dollars for his pill prescription. And they send me another email saying, oh, by the way, he needs this. And I'm like, oh my God. The one thing that I will go get for him that is one of them things that you have to have is that rabies shot. The rest, I don't want them to sell me shit. They're trying to sell me more shit. That's how it goes to the vet. Very frustrating. I wish we could just get the rabies shot ourselves and give it to them ourselves. I would do this if I could do it, because it's just like, boop, there it is. It's done. And probably my dog don't even need it because he's had multiple rabies shots in his life. He don't go out in the country. He don't mess with no skunks. He ain't got no fucking rabies. But every few years, the state of Texas requires me to get this thing for him, which is probably giving him the cancer. Probably. I know there's tons of other shots they want him to get. I never get those. Only one I get is the rabies. But now it's time again. I'm like, how? It was 3 years ago that it happened. How is it time again? He's so old. He's only bitten me. I ain't got no rabies. It's fine. But whatever. Whatever. Oh. The last movie I saw was Hail Mary. Oh, it was good. Okay, well, I heard it was a good movie, and someone tried to get me to go see it the other day, and it was too late in the day. Like, I was like, what? We'd have to start the movie at 10 o'clock, and we wouldn't get home till 12:30. I'm too old for that shit. I cannot start a movie at 10 p.m. I'm sorry. I have adjusted to my early waking schedule where I get up very, very early in the morning. And even if I don't want to get up very early in the morning, the dog does. So yeah, I have to go to bed at a certain time. In fact, I'm taking naps late in the evening because my schedule's so whack. It's so whack. But you know how it is. You do what you got to do. But I heard that was a good movie. Maybe one time I'll see it at some point in the future. We'll see. I wouldn't bet money on it. I wouldn't say that OraCola is definitely going to see that movie. The only movie I see pushing hard on the internet is that Devil Wears Prada 2 movie, which tells me it's shit. Anytime they're pushing a movie real hard, you know it's a bomb. You know it sucks. You know it's the worst thing that you ever saw. But they're harping on that nostalgia. So they're trying to get them asses in the seats for the first couple of days before all the fags go around talking about how much it sucks. Because you know they will. They'll be in the movie texting about it, saying, oh my God, this is the worst movie ever. It won't last long. You'll get your first day, maybe your second day, and then the box office will tank. Just saying. Mark my words. Oh my goodness. All right, well, if nobody else has a question, I guess I'll just read for the collective. See what the collective needs to know. I will do a tarot because it is a very auspicious time astrologically and astically. All the asses up there. And see what we got. Let's see. What's our tarot for the week, universe? It's like every day you wake up, it promises a big storm. It either happens or it doesn't. How do you navigate this? Like, this is a weird time to navigate. Here we go. Oh, the cups. Check in with your emotions. Check in with yourself. Check in with what makes you tick. Yeah, listen to your gut. Have some tea and reflect. This week is going to possibly try you. This week is possibly going to give you pause. This week is possibly going to make you think, why on earth do I do this? That's okay. It's okay. It is temporary and it will pass. It will pass. So take the laxative of your own self assurance and go, you know what? I can get through this. And once you swallow that pill and you let it settle, all the shit will flow out of you and it will be okay. It will be okay. It don't matter what's going on. If there's bombs, if there's chemtrails, if there's actual police at your door, you will be okay because you're choosing to vibrate higher. There's the lesson this week. Vibrate higher no matter what shit is thrown in your face. Vibrate that shit off your face. Okay. Anybody else have a question? Anybody at all? If not, I will read again for the collective. And this time, I'm going to do a man minion because we have a lot of them man minions on our faces. They're always talking about things they're going to do and threatening things they're going to do and shoving their book deals in our face and trying to make us believe that they bought that company on the up and up and all the things that the man minion is trying to do. Well, you know what? Here's the evil you should look out for this week. Here's the thing that you should probably keep your guard up about. What minion is going to give us this wisdom? Ariana Huffington. Yeah, the propaganda. Bitch. Do not believe the propaganda. Do not believe it. It is always going to be in your face. It's always going to be startling. It's always going to tag you with its emotional heft. It's always going to be like, you know what? We're here to tell you the truth. And I know you don't know the truth, but this is the truth. And you know what? It's probably not the truth. It's some bullshit the CIA cooked up. So yeah, don't believe the hype, y'all. Do not believe the hype. There's going to be a lot of hype floating around. It's your due diligence. It's your job. I know it sucks. The man wants you to do so many things these days, but it's your job to figure it out if it's real or not. And that means you might have to do a little research. You might have to go digging a little deeper. You cannot just read the headline that flops up on your scrolling screen. You cannot just read that and just assume it's correct. No. Do not believe the propaganda. And it don't matter if it's coming from a foreigner or the United States of America. We are rife with propaganda, just like foreigners are, just like so many people are. Honestly, I don't know if anything we get is real at this point. I feel like pretty much everything is twisted through the lens of propaganda. I don't know. That's just the feeling I get. Just saying. Okay. Who else has a question? I know there's more of y'all in the chat. They can get a question out. If not, well, I will keep reading for the collective. But if you got one, throw it in there, y'all. You only got me for another maybe 15 minutes or so. I was a little late. Actually, a lot late. But I know what time it is. I'm looking at the clock. And I do have to get up very, very early for that fucking fast food job that I'm still working. Oh, my God. Looking for another job right now. Tepidly. I'm tepidly looking, but it ain't there yet. And in the meantime, fucking fast food job. I dream about it. That's how awful it is. Not in a good way. It infiltrates my dreams in the worst possible way. And then I'm having semi-nightmares about my fucking fast food job. Not a good sign. My vortices in my brain are not aligning with the vortices in my heart. And so my brain's like, and then my heart's like, and it's like a whole thing. It's a whole thing. So why research? Right. You know what? Ignorance can be bliss. This is true. And I think that's how a lot of people live. They're kind of like NPCs that, just kind of like do their thing, live their life. They don't know. They're not aware. They're just like, ooh, doing their thing. And I kind of envy those people. I'm aware of too much to do that kind of life. I can see things even though I want to ignore them, and it drives me nuts. Whereas some people are just like blissfully unaware. They just kind of moving through the world like they're on opiates constantly. And maybe they are. I don't know. I don't know their business. But they're just like, la-di-da. Don't notice nothing. Don't respond to nothing unless they're directly like talked to. Like they're just kind of like float around, and then you get their attention for a second, and then they go back to floating around. I'm not one of them people. I notice too much shit. I'm sorry. I wish I could be. It would be nice. It would be nice. Just for a second. It'd be lovely. But alas. I pay my taxes too. I wish I could be one of the people that never pays their taxes and never gets caught. There's people out there like that. And they're not on purpose. They're just stupid. They're just like, I never pay my taxes. They probably work a job where they never owed any taxes. So, like, the government don't come after them because they actually are owed a lot of money in return, like in refunds. But they just never bothered to do their taxes. And they're just like, just floating around out there like, whatever. Yay. No, I'm responsible enough to actually do my taxes every year, whether I got to pay or not. Luckily, I did not have to pay this year. Part of it was the no tax on tips, which I know was, it's a temporary measure. I think it's going to go out of phase in a few years. But they did put it in time for this year's taxes, and some of my income is through tips, even though I work fast food. And I did not have to pay taxes on that money. So that probably contributed to me having some kind of refund. I'm guessing since I had to pay every other year before this, and I was still making no money. Okay. Let's see. I had to go to the city yesterday. I'm sorry. How do people live like that? Well, I live in a city. It's a smaller one, but it's still a city. And let me tell you, it ain't the best, but it ain't the worst. And we got a Dinoracle. Okay. It is what it is. You get used to shit. So in my city, which is Austin, which is a smaller city, but it's still a city, and it's a lot bigger than it was when I started living here, let me tell you. When I started here, it was kind of like a quaint little town. It wasn't actually a city. And then it got bigger. Like the only industry was the government, because it's the capital, and then there was a few other businesses that were here. But it was mostly just the government. Now it's government and Elon Musk and Joe Rogan and all that bullshit. Like it's gotten bigger. Things have changed. But what I have noticed is that it's still kind of a provincial place because it's in the middle of Texas. Nobody is coming here unless they want to go here. Like it's not a destination as much as it's a place where you can visit unless you want to plant roots. And nobody wants to plant roots unless they're desperate to leave where they was. So if they're leaving where they was, where it's worse, yeah, they might want to plant roots. But let me tell y'all, it's hot as fuck. The property taxes are crazy. The government is not good. Like there's a drought constantly. Like it's a whole thing. It ain't perfect. And I'm not trying to discourage people from moving here. I'm just letting y'all know the truth. There's way better places to move. And apparently, now you got to consider the magnetism of the earth when you move somewhere. Like, you can't just go somewhere based on their government. No, you got to consider, well, is the magnetic part of the earth spinning enough to keep your vortices going? And is it going to give you terminal illness if you move there because the magnetic stuff of the earth is like not good enough? Like, y'all, I've been getting into some podcasts, let me tell you, and I have decided that there ain't no winning in this battle. There ain't no winning. The mana's going to get you, or the earth's going to get you, or the universe is going to get you. Somebody's going to fucking get you. Something is going to fucking get you. It's a crapshoot if you live at all. So just, I don't know, eat the chocolate and watch the Netflix. Get the blue screen in your eyes 24/7. It don't fucking matter. Sorry, I'm being a little nihilist here. Let's get in on this Dinoracle. The dinosaurs thought they would live forever. Guess what, bitches? It didn't happen. Okay, a velociraptor. Very fast, walked on 2 feet, ran 40 miles per hour, and name means speedy thief. Oh, I love this. Okay, so look, just be a speedy thief. Just be one of them people that goes into the store, preferably not a small business, but a big box store, and just fills your pockets quickly and gets the fuck out of there. This might be the best way to move through the future. I don't know. People live like that because they can. But if you want to go to the city, I would say loot it quickly and then get the fuck out. So maybe go to your hated big box store when you're in the city, if you're fortunate to live out of the city. And then, subterfuge. Just fill your pockets. Be discreet. They've got cameras everywhere, so you're going to see your face. Maybe put on a mask, because that's still allowed, especially if you're up in Canada. I'm sure there's lots of people still wearing that shit. I mean, there's still people here in this city fucking living that shit. So put a mask on, maybe a wig, maybe put on a loud shirt that you normally wouldn't wear, and then some big baggy pants, and go to the city, and then go to all the big box stores and loot all the shit you want. Just stuff it in your pants, get out, and then go back to the country, and then just lay low for a bit. Because those low-level thefts are generally not prosecuted. They might put them on the news for variety if there's a slow night and nobody shot something up. But, yeah, you can go up and rob all the fucking big box stores that you want in the city, and then you retreat to your spacious, like your wherever you are. I don't know, your country cave, whatever that is. Retreat. Just retreat. Go back. And then just don't do that more than a couple times a year. I'm just saying. Be quick, stealthy, like a velociraptor. Just like in and out. Okay. As far as people living like that, don't pay attention to them. Focus on your own shit. You got your own shit to worry about. Don't worry about the people in the city. They're all NPCs. I promise you. All of them are just living a boring life. Oh my God. And just kind of like doing this until they get a command, and then they go. And they'll do this until they get a command, and then they go. It's not a life. It's not a life. It's an illusion. It's a simulation. You don't know about PNG. Well, guess what? You know what? It's okay. I don't either. If the zombie apocalypse came, I would be dead first. And I always console myself by saying, you know what? That means I get to be queen of the zombies. Since I'm one of the first zombies turned, I can be a part of the political structure of the zombies and be one of the first ones and actually run the shit show after a few years. I'm not going to be the one that's caught last, because then you're at the end of the zombie proletariat. Why would you be at the end when you want to be at the beginning, right? You want to be one of the first ones on the truck. So, yeah, I get it. I get it. It's rough. It's rough out there, y'all. It's rough. I'm at the age where people start dying, where, you wake up one day and you're like, oh, this person I knew is dead. It's crazy. It's weird. And it's okay because it is the circle of life, or however that song goes. Oh, my God. Anyway, who else has a question? Anybody else? I think I got all of them. Yes, I did. I did. I did. I got all the questions. I can still read for the collective. Ooh, what should we do? What should we do? Oh, we should do a pornicle, of course. It is the springtime. I love all these texts from y'all that are telling me, oh, you're not online. I love it. Thank you for looking out for me. Because literally, okay, I'm gonna share this terrible thought with y'all. But I'm just gonna put it out there just in case. Look, if I'm ever supposed to do a show and I don't show up, y'all send somebody to look for me because I might be dead. And if I'm dead too long, I will be eaten by my dog. He would eat me. He will fucking eat me. I know he would. So just like, if I schedule a show and I don't show up, you know something's wrong. I either fell asleep and didn't wake up, or I fell asleep forever. So just send somebody looking for me. And if I don't show up for a week or two and I swear I was going to be there, y'all come looking for me. Literally. And if nobody smells it by then that's on them. But seriously, please, I don't want to be caught. Look, it's my worst nightmare since I live alone. I don't want to be caught dead in my apartment for days, so long that it starts to stink up so bad that the neighbors have to tell the apartment complex and they have to break down the door, and then it's a whole thing. I don't want to be that bloated mass of goo. I don't. Because I know my dog will have been eating it, and he deserves better. He deserves better. So please, for Apollo's sake, if I don't show up for a show, y'all call the cops. Please. Just putting it out there. Okay. Here we go. We're going to do the pornicle. And we're going to do the pornicle for 755 pages. Because that's what we do with the random number generator. All right. Pornicle for the week in the rutting season of the spring. What do we got? Oh, page 515. Kind of toward the end. What do we got? This might be a bondage one. I love it. Okay. Page 515. 515. Ooh, pass it up. Oh. Okay. Oh. This looks like some Bella Pogue shit. Oh, okay. So here is a woman pleasuring herself on a rope while another woman watches, just kind of lazily, just like, oh yeah, this is typical, this is standard, this is what she does every day at 3 o'clock. So routine, y'all. Let's get into a routine. And let's admire our routines. Our routines are things that give us strength, that give us focus, that give us love. We have a special need for routine as humans. I know a lot of little people, like little kids, not like little people, but like kids, thrive on a routine because it gives them structure. So find a routine, get into your routine, enjoy your routine, admire the routine from afar because it gives you strength to carry on in this crazy ass world. Oh my God. To be fair, you would eat him if you had to. Probably. It would be hard to butcher him, honestly. That would be the worst part. If he died immediately and I was starving, I might have a better time of it, but it's relative. It's relative to how much canned goods you got in your pantry. It's relative to how many like bonfires are set in your neighborhood. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot of factors that you've got to consider that may or may not take place. But yeah, he would definitely eat me for sure. I might not eat him, but he would definitely eat me. Routines can be essential, especially during these times. Absolutely. Angie, you get it. You fucking get it. If we are feeling dysregulated, like little children often do, you have to find your routine. You got to find your touchstone. You got to find your rhythm, right? A lot of times when children are discombobulated, it's because they're out of their routine. Something different has happened that they're used to, and then they just get upset because they cannot figure out how to regulate themselves in this new environment, this change of position, this change of environment. And you know what? The man is always throwing this at us. So, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? We got to find our own routine. Got to find our own little touchstones and make sure we hit them every single day. It's pretty necessary. I have found myself needing to go outside and just like step in the grass to ground. And this is a new thing for me. Like, I normally have been very okay with not grounding. I know that some people live by it, but I have recently, in the past year or so, found that sometimes when I wake up, I need to go outside and just put my feet on some actual ground for a little bit, just a little bit. And I try to find the spaces where I think dogs have not peed or pooped because I know that's everywhere where I am. But if I can find a little patch of ground, just a little patch, tiny little patch that seems clean, and just slip out of my little like flip flops and put my feet on that ground and breathe for a couple of minutes. Just breathe for a couple of minutes. It helps with the anxiety. It does. It really does. It's like you're feeling like up here, and then you can like get down to here. And that's not to say that it's perfect and that it works every time to always lower it, but it's a piece of the puzzle. So I think a lot of people should be working around like ground and dirt and rocks and trees and grass and putting their feet in that shit and their hands in that shit and all of it. It's spring planting season. If you haven't planted no plants, get you some plants. Get your hands in the dirt. Plant a garden. Do something. Get your hands in the earth. The earth has messages to send you. You know, just get in there. Uh, 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 Yeah, I'm tired of the man too. Good Lord. He's the worst. He's the fucking worst. Oh, y'all. Well, it is 10 o'clock. I mean, I was late, but I have normally not gone to 10 for a while. So I'm going to wrap it up for a bit. I do have this lotto ticket. If you have a question, throw it in the chat. Otherwise, I'm going to do this lotto ticket and then see y'all later. Let's see. Oh, I'll do this one. Here we go. We just looking for some tic-tac-toe here. We want some multiple things in the same row. Whatever row it is. Let's see what we got. Oh, boo. I don't think we want anything. Yep. We didn't win nothing. There's no 3 in a rows anywhere. Bum, 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 bum. It's okay. At least it was just a dollar ticket. I don't mind. All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me this evening. And thank you so much for waiting and being patient when I was late. Very late. I'm sorry. I wish I could go back and change it, but I cannot. So appreciate y'all. I hope you have a wonderful week, even though there's 7 planets in Aries and they all suck. And yeah, the universe is bad right now because the man is like a total asshole. I'm sorry. I wish it could be better. However, we can always choose to vibrate higher. We can always choose to put our feet in the grass, not the ones that's pissed on, but the fresh grass. And then, yeah, we can just be more cognizant of the fact that we have a little bit more control over how our lives go than the man would like us to believe. Use that like magnetism that the earth is moving around to focus on yourself and magnate like the things around you. Spin that vortice of your heart around and make it work for you and for the people that come in touch with you and all of that. Like it spreads joy. It does. So good luck, y'all. I'll be here next week, and I hope y'all have a wonderful mid-April. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.